Looked like I wasn't bothered at all.
That's so good.
With Lucy's test results still a few weeks away, Mum and Dad have returned to the beach where the family were filmed. 14 years ago, the girls were very young, and their gene testing seemed a long way away.
A long time's passed, isn't it, since we were here? 14 years and a bit, yeah. And they were so little, and we looked at those little girls running around on the beach and said, oh, how awful for them. But actually, for Lucy, she's going through pretty much what I did. I lost my mum to cancer. I could not bear to lose a daughter to cancer. I mean, that just doesn't feel like something that I could cope with at all.
We were all looking at three little girls playing on the beach and hoping that, medical science would have moved to sort it, and it hasn't. They shouldn't have to be thinking of things like breast cancer at their age.
But despite there being no cure for BRCA, science is improving. Professor Gareth Evans is at the forefront of this development.
So, Josie, you're 18, is that
Yeah.
right? What we can do now is we can pump in all your data, what your family history is, and we can come up with a risk graph of what your risks are through the years. Your risk, importantly, in the next 10 years is very small, at about 1.9%.
Yeah.
Can be relatively relaxed
Yeah.
until your late 20s.
So it really starts to rise.
At about 28.
Yeah. So if you could change it to me actually on this graph actually having the gene.
Obviously, the risks are going to go way up because it's calculating you have the gene. So this is 100% likelihood of having the gene, and your lifetime risk is now 83%.
It really does. There's such a difference between that population risk
And the population
yeah.
risk here is 10%,
Yeah.
1 in 10.
It's not a very
Certainly
nice
is.
graph.
No, it's not a nice graph.
Can you explain more about the new drugs that are coming out?
At the moment, we're actually starting in our clinic here at the Genesis Prevention Centre, we're starting to actually treat people with tamoxifen.
Okay.
So that's an old drug, that's nothing new, but what's new is that this is being offered as a preventative. Now,
Okay.
tamoxifen has been shown with 5 years treatment to reduce the risk by 40%.
That's before that pre-cancer.
So that's before you get
Yeah,
the cancer.
yeah.
So and what we're looking at is actually using the mammograms to tell us who's getting a response. What's currently being used in trials is a group of drugs called PARP inhibitors. A PARP inhibitor is a drug that specifically targets cells which have lost the BRCA1 gene. We can actually kill the cells before they become cancerous.
Okay.
Now, if the drugs work perfectly, it will normalise your risk of getting breast cancer because it will effectively take away the BRCA1 related risk that you have.
Tomorrow is the day Lucy discovers the result of her gene test. And for Josie, the reality of her sister's result, whether positive or negative, is really hitting home.
I'm nervous for Lucy to get the results. I'm nervous for her, but I'm also nervous for how the rest of our family is going to react.
I can totally understand why she's so worried. I'm worried as well. It's a big thing because it's kind of like my life's going to swing one direction or the other, and if I don't have it, I'm going to be able to change my life plans so much, and if I do have it, I'm going to have to think about so much stuff. So it's quite massive, really.
If it's negative, I don't know, irrationally, I think it might make me feel like I've got more of a chance.
I'm feeling quite relaxed about it, and I don't know, I'm feeling quite calm. thankfully. I'm not freaking out too much.
If I don't handle it very well with Lucy, then how am I going to handle it when it's actually me that's going through it? So it'll be an eye-opener for me.
The results day has arrived. What's even harder for the family is that it's Julia's birthday.
Are you all right? Are you? Yeah. Did you sleep all right?
I had an hour's sleep.
Nice.
On the bathroom floor.
Nice.
Oh, Lucy.
Why the bathroom floor?
So I was cowering by the toilet.
It's still really difficult to know that actually the whole future of your life, a woman who's driving in a car here to come here knows it, and yet, you know, we don't. So it's hard, isn't it? How are you today?
It's nauseous.
Tia.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Judith.
Yeah. No, you didn't meet us, did you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you again.
We're all a bit, a bit nervous, really.
Would you want me to just give you the result straight
Yeah.
away? Okay. I'm afraid it's not the result we were hoping for.
Okay.
You do carry the gene alteration.
Okay.
It's up to you
So
what you
it's
want.
what I was expecting, so... All right, it was what I was expecting. 50-50, isn't it? So...
I love you so much. We'll be all right. I'm just sorry.
There's as much support as you like as well.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, thank you.
Thanks.
I knew it was going to be that way. Just hearing it is really hard.
Isn't it?
I really just wanted it to go the other way.
I'm so sorry I've passed you this. Breaks my heart really to think. But this came from me, so I'm so sorry. It does feel like a curse, you know. Everything's so good except for this.
Not good, sorry.
You're right.
Yeah.
And all this week I've just thought, oh, I know she's got it, so why is anyone even like not considering it? And then last night I was like, maybe she hasn't got it. And you're right. Oh, it's bloody real now, isn't it?
Have you said happy birthday?
I texted you.
Yes, you do, thank you. It's not my happiest birthday.
With a positive test result, Lucy now has an 80% chance of developing breast cancer in the future. Josie's come to meet her sister Emma in Munich to see how she feels about the test now Lucy's had her result.
How is Lucy? How's she doing?
I think she's all right. She's just like quite good at that kind of thing, and she was so like grown up and brave about it, and it's really made me feel like she's my big sister and I'm proud of her and I want to be like her.
It's so hard to watch her, but also so hard
In a
knowing that that's gonna
that's coming
might
to
be
us.
she's just set such, it sounds shit, but she's just set such a good example.
Lucy's test results, on the day, I was sat there and I was just like, I need to know now. I can't wait any longer. Pandora's box or whatever has been opened and I need to know what mine is. I need to know it for me. Bam, Lucy gets the results. I'm like, oh my God, I need the test right now.
But that's not the reasons to do this.
I know,
The
it's
reasons
not.
to do this is because you feel like you can cope with it. You've got to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. In like everyone's lives, they'll have like moments they look back on and go, yep, that's when I knew I was grown up. That's when I was definitely not a child anymore. When we make the decision to get this gene test, that will be such a defining moment of our life. It doesn't matter whether I'm ready or not. Now I'm going to have to be more grown up. Sometimes I feel like our whole like medical history is just like a storybook, because when it all happened we were little, the veil's been lifted.
So is that making you want to have the test done?
I think it's like, I feel like it's my time to do this now.
She's really slowed down and thought about it, and it's just made me realise that that's what I need to do. I need to think about it for myself. I have been given so much different information recently, and I thought it would be quite helpful to sit down and write it all down and sort of bullet point the pros and cons of it all, so I can actually formulate in my head a bit. So cons, worrying about my health all the time. I would hate to be paranoid. Not being able to enjoy my youth. And then resentment for having to feel older and grow up faster than the rest of my friends and the rest of the people my age. And then the pros, I would have all the information, being aware of health issues, being aware of my body, being able to prepare and effectively map out my life a bit more. I've got a strong support network around me, a better understanding of how it feels so that I could support Luce, support her better and be there for her. At the start of all of this, I felt I wasn't ready. I didn't actually know that much about BRCA. I look back on it now and I thought I knew it all, and realistically I knew nothing. Having met everyone and learnt so much, I feel that as Lucy has had it done and Emma's getting it done soon, I think I will, in the next year or so, get the test done. If it's not a good result and I have BRCA, then I'll cope with it, because you just do. You just suck it up, get the news and deal with it. It doesn't need to be something that rules my life. It doesn't need to be something that I think about every day. I could still be me. I can still have a laugh and enjoy being young, but just be a little bit more responsible and just be a little bit more aware. It wouldn't stop me from being who I am, because I don't think that anything can stop me.